Adlibs is not just to fill up a song, it is also to make people understand how you feel. So most times some adlibs like all those things, they are able to make people understand, oh, she's actually sad. Oh, the way she's sounding so happy. Oh, the way she did that adlib, it shows that the song really touched her. All right. So by the time you do those ad-libs, the people that are listening to you also now begin to understand why you are doing the ad-libs. So ad-libs is part of storytelling. That's why you don't have to abuse it. Most of us are too good at doing all the ad-libs throughout the song. We keep doing and then everybody is tired of you, and they're not even getting the sense of the ad-libs. Ad-libs should be programmed. As a singer, you should learn to program your ad-libs to target certain people and for certain reasons. So something touches you, like you love the Lord, you love God, and then the way you want to express that you love God, I serve a living God. You express your love for God by that ad-lib, like by showing it to people that this is how much you feel that thing you are saying. So ad-libs actually helps to amplify your feeling in that song. That's why lead singers, when they are leading the choir, they do the ad-libs just to express. So first of all, understand what ad-libs are before understanding how to do it. Understand why you need to do ad-libs before trying to do the ad-libs. It is important you can separate that. It's okay, I'm not just doing ad-lib because I want to show my voice. Yeah, it is good to feel good about your voice, nothing bad about that, but also you are doing the ad-libs because people out there are listening to you and you are trying to communicate to them. Because if your ad-lib does not communicate to the audience, the truth is you're only making noise. All right, so the audience must feel the ad-libs you're making. Oh wow, what he is singing is really, really emotional. The way he's singing that song, it's as if angels came down from heaven. Yeah, because of the way you are communicating, because of the way you are expressing yourself. As a vocal coach, I teach people some of these things individually, right? But even at that, I guide them not to do it out of proportion. Why? Because out of proportion means stupidly, so you don't know where to fix your ad-libs and you are doing ad-libs. Now let me break something down for you. For every song, there are what we call breath occurrences, right? And also rest occurrences. So you have a breath occurrence where you breathe and then continue to avoid running out of lines and all that. They also have what we call rest occurrences where you have to rest, like this particular space between your first line in the verse and the second line in the verse. So at that particular point, you do what we call an ad-lib there, or alternatively, where it is safe to do an ad-lib in the song. For example, the choir is singing, "We are grateful, oh Lord." In that, "oh Lord," you can ad-lib there, "We are grateful." You see, it sits well there. Why? Because that space is empty. There is no voice you are blocking. You're not covering anybody's voice. However, when you're doing safe ad-libs, you can also do safe ad-libs when the choir is singing. Then you are doing the ad-lib on the chorus in such a way that it blends either with a harmony voice or it blends with a soprano voice right on that particular chorus. Many people don't understand how these things work. They just go on ad-lib without considering what the ad-lib does to the song. You should be able to know how your ad-lib sounds. That's what you do, is to record yourself and play back to see how your ad-lib sounds. So that's how to do safe ad-libs. Know where to drop your ad-libs and also know where the ad-lib will not spoil the song. Number two, also learn how to not do ad-libs that are not trained to do. They are not trained to do. Why? Most time people do ad-libs that are too complex, like hallelujah. Some of those complex ad-libs can take you out of key. I love you. Why? Because in that your complex ad-libs, all right, there are minor notes there that are not your major notes, and the song you are singing is not a minor song. So you're not doing an ad-lib that is completely out of the complete sequence of your song. All right, so by the time you go out and then you hit either a re or re note, or then you hit a z note or a note that is completely off your sequence, what happens is that you go off key because you cannot find your way back to a major note. Why? Because you already left the major scale into a minor scale. So it takes consistent practice, maturity in music to actually run a scale and then hit a minor note and then come back to your major scale. Because every riff you hear is a scale. broken down or sped up. All right, so that is for how to do ad-libs safely. Now the final thing I want to teach you now is how do you do riffs. Riffs are actually notes in a sequence or a scale, right, but run in speed or run slowly. So what you do is to let riffs start slowly. Oh, just go oh. It's as simple as that. So instead of oh, which is just straight up, you go oh. So if you slow your riff down, you are able to practice it. When you practice it, you can also correct the area where it's either flat or too sharp, or one thing is happening in your riff. Then what you now do is you now begin to now practice it fast according to its real pace, and then start applying it to your singing. So slow down the riff and then begin to practice it. Another thing again is look for artists to benchmark. So there are some artists you like to listen to, maybe jazz singers, R&B singers, and then you pick their song, take their riff, practice the riff, then slow it down. All right, then own the riff. That simply means you adjust the riff to sound just like you, because every one of us have unique vocal ranges. So if you practice my riff, might end up sounding like me when you do it, and that's not always a good thing. So create a unique riff that is just you, that has that riff, and your singing will become much better. All right, if you have a question about riff and runs, please ask a question below. I'll do a video to reply to you. But it's important you understand how these things are done, how to apply safe riff, and also how to break a riff down to make it easy for you to sing.